Bad, yeah. First of the May, run it back, ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, run it back. Hello, that's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I never coming back to way to stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ay. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, Just for the haters, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers.
And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Houston. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Ready, 95-56. Come on, D.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And now look at him go. The 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 74 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
All day, just like that. Just like that. 47 Mike, 47 Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now, this is just the 5th all-time meeting between the Texans and Saints here, taking place in Week 1. And they have split the previous 4. Separated by 350 miles, I-10 connecting them. In fact, for New Orleans, Houston is the closest NFL city of any in the league. So it's kind of interesting that this is only the 5th time that they have met. The last time they got together, November of 2015, the Texans winning that one 24-6. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. 4th down, so the Texans dial up the number of their 2nd-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Back deep, the veteran Ted Ginn. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Now Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Tighten up. Pull it together. You're good. High 4, ready.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson with a give to Miller. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here we are. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Man, that's trash. He's coming.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
I got motion.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Now he's got it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Watson, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You got nothing. Check. Undercrush. 51 the mic.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, keep it up.
Breeze now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Check 43. Show it up.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Here's Dorsett. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Set, 19! Check, 47. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
First down, Houston.
Focus set, 19! 25! Go full strip. Kill, 25!
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 60 yards, and the Texans have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check.
Throwing now is Breeze. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does. And that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Breeze. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Eric Berry, the safety, comes flying in for the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They turn to the fullback, Gillespie, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Check 56.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. On the left side, this is Stills. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. I'll guarantee you Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have.
Looking for Gannon. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll toss it to Miller. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
At the 8-yard line.
Hey, we gotta snap it. We gotta snap it. 65, 65, 65. Check 3.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
After the run, Watson going to throw. Flush to his right. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Breeze to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So we are at halftime in the first of 2 here on this opening Monday night of 2019. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. To throw is Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
You got him, go! Kill.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 63 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down. They do go for it. It's Breeze. That's to his running back, complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Breeze now. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Reset. 218.
Max 56. Let's go one more.
Let's go.
A first down carry now for Miller. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
And the Texans first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Caught left side Hopkins. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
First down, Texans.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Saints' 14-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Watson, option left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Set. 19.
Check, 47.
9.
Pick up the ball. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
38, Saints 7. Fairbairn to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Breeze. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Hey, watch the slant.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's right. Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
Down back at the 31-yard line.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Toss play, Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw, it's Breeze. And Cook has it, left side. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Breeze going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
3 buzz.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll run. This is Kamara. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready, 95, 56. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first.
That's good for the Saints.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Breeze. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Thomas, the intended target.
At the 43-yard line.
This is it.
In your face.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Miller. He's had a big workload here tonight. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.